All right. Y'all can come closer, don't worry. Y'all have already given. Is the press ready? Got y'all all? Y'all all ready? All right. All right. Well, good afternoon. And it is an extremely exciting day again. It's one that continues to be repeated month after month, it seems. I want to, again, congratulate Susan Bourgeois and her team over at Economic Development and all of our cabinet secretaries for continuing to fulfill the promise of making it easy to do business in Louisiana. And today, I am just delighted to announce yet another project. I made a promise. I told the people in this state that come June, we would have over $50 billion worth of investment in this state. That is historic. That has never happened in this state. And I want to tell you that Daniel and Vanessa with Woodside have made that promise a reality today. Because today we are announcing that Woodside Energy, who has been a great partner here in the United States for decades now, is going to announce a $17.5 billion investment in this state and build a brand new LNG facility out in Southwest Louisiana. And I know that we've got a number of legislators from the Southwest corner and legislators from around the state as well. And I want you to know that you deserve as much thanks as these folks as well. It's because of the things that you've done in working with us in being able to pass laws that make it easier to do business in this state is the reason that these folks are coming and investing in our state. And it was kind of ironic that just yesterday, Susan sent me an article from Reuters, under which Reuters reported that there is one state in this country that has seemed to be able to thrive under President Trump's agenda, and that's Louisiana. And so to the Woodside team, I want to thank you. I want to thank you. I know it's been a long and windy road. I know that we've met several times. I know that we've addressed obstacles and moved things out of the way, and we'll continue to do it as long as you keep investing in Louisiana. If you go to Texas, I can't make you any more promises. But I will tell you that this project right here is going to create thousands of jobs. And let me just say this again. Every time these projects come to Louisiana, every time we announce these numbers, this gives the people of our state the ability to have their incomes raised. We are raising the quality of life by raising the average means income that our families receive. And what's great about this is now I think I've just about announced a project in almost each corner of the state. And so at this time, I would like to bring Daniel Combs up with Woodside Energy. He's the executive vice president and CEO of Woodside, to walk you through exactly what they're going to do down in Southwest Louisiana. And he can go over in a little more details, the number of jobs and the great opportunities that we have by welcoming Woodside as a new partner in Louisiana. Daniel, thank you so very much.
Good afternoon, everyone. I encourage you to get a hat. If you haven't got one of these nice white hats, there's a number of them over there. Let me start. Thank you, Governor Landry, for your kind invitation to join you here today to celebrate Louisiana LNG reaching a final investment decision. The $17.5 billion investment we've announced for Louisiana LNG will be one of the largest single greenfield investments in the state and one of the largest in the US energy sector this year. just want to take a moment. Whilst this is a historic day for Woodside in Louisiana, I must acknowledge some of our industry colleagues at Port Arthur LNG in Texas had a terrible tragedy last night at their construction site, and our thoughts and prayers are with their families and their work teams. Back to our business. Firstly, thank you to Governor Landry for his unwavering support to our industry in this project. And I'd also like to thank Secretary Bourgeois and the LED, Energy Secretary Tyler Gray, who's got a white hat on over there. Oh, put your hat back on, Tyler. Senator Stein. Oh, there he is, yep. Representative Farnham, as well as local officials in the Calcasieu Parish community. The Louisiana Congressional Delegation, and of course, Speaker Johnson and Majority Leader Scalise. It goes without saying that we do not have a license to operate without the support of the state and local representatives. So thank you very much. I also want to recognise President Trump and his administration for the strong support we've received for our industry, and federally for this project from FERC and DOE in particular. The final investment decision we're announcing today marks Louisiana LNG as the first greenfield LNG project to be sanctioned under President Trump's administration, and the first since he lifted the LNG pause put in place in July last year. A bit about Woodside. For those of you who are not familiar with Woodside, we're a 70-year-old company. We're a leading global energy company, founded in Australia, but with operations across the Americas, Africa, and Australia. We pioneered Australia's LNG industry and shipped our first LNG cargo to Japan in 1989. We've executed major projects globally, pursuing growth opportunities across oil, gas, and new energy. Today, we're progressing world-class oil and gas operations and projects in Senegal, Mexico, a new low-carbon ammonia project in Texas, and mega LNG projects in Australia, and now in Louisiana. The fact that we've been able to bring Louisiana LNG to a final investment decision in less than 7 months since we acquired the former Driftwood LNG project from Tellurian demonstrates our commercial capabilities that we've been able to deploy to bring this project back to life. Our ongoing investment in LNG also demonstrates our belief in the importance that natural gas will and must play in our energy mix moving forward. As background, global LNG demand has grown over 60% in the last 10 years, and it's forecast to grow another 50% in the next 10 years. And in particular in Europe, where US LNG is much needed to enhance supply and energy security. And just as domestic natural gas development has underpinned American prosperity, US LNG exports can and will deliver significant economic and environmental benefits for all of our customers in the future. Recently published work by the US Chamber of Commerce and S&P found that US LNG is projected to add 1.3 trillion to US GDP between now and 2040 and support almost 500,000 direct, indirect, and induced US jobs. The study also found that progressing projects like Louisiana LNG can avoid 780 million tonnes of greenhouse gas emissions globally between now and 2040. And just as the US LNG industry will drive future prosperity, Louisiana LNG will also have an important economic impact and create new opportunities right here in Louisiana. In fact, our $17.5 billion investment will support thousands of jobs during construction phase, as well as thousands more per year once operational. Importantly, the project will also contribute significantly towards national and state economic growth and generate billions in tax revenue in Louisiana and also focused in Calcasieu Parish. These are the huge benefits Woodside is helping to deliver. In closing, I want to mention that Woodside has a long history in the state of Louisiana due to our oil and gas operations in the Gulf of America. This state has always been welcoming and a great state to do business in. It's more than ever now. As we advance Louisiana LNG, we look forward to delivering a world-class project and the economic benefits that flow from such investments. We also look forward to continuing our long-standing partnership with the state and building even stronger relationships and partnerships with the local communities around Lake Charles and Homer. Thank you again to Governor Landry for inviting us here today to celebrate this milestone. We appreciate all you do creating the investment climate so attractive to capital. And I'll quote the Secretary, who has said, "Capital flows where it is treated best." Nothing could be truer in Louisiana. Thank you.
Thank you, Daniel. Thank you. So good morning, everyone. I'm really grateful that you used that line. I might reference it once or twice in my remarks as well. So a quick story, a little bit off script, but my introduction here says, I bet you all didn't think we'd be back making another multi-billion-dollar announcement quite so soon. And I will tell you, on Friday, I got a phone call from a dear friend of mine who said, can you be at a meeting with me on Tuesday morning, or do you have another one of those billion-dollar announcements you have to make? And I couldn't tell him why I couldn't be at that meeting with him on Tuesday morning. So it's all worked out wonderfully. So this isn't just another milestone economic development project. It really is a historic one. Woodside Energy's $17.5 billion investment marks the largest single foreign direct investment and largest greenfield project in Louisiana's history. This moment perfectly captures the unprecedented momentum that Louisiana is experiencing right now. From major technology investments to manufacturing to the energy sector mega projects, our state has announced more than, Governor, here's the new number, more than $60 billion in capital investment. Just since the start of Governor Landry's administration less than a year and a half ago. The portfolio of wins in such short order is a loud and powerful message to the world that Louisiana is no longer just participating in the global economy, we're driving it. Woodside's project alone will generate billions of economic impact, create thousands of permanent jobs, and further cement Louisiana's position as the nation's top LNG exporter and global energy leader. These transformational announcements are not happening by chance. They are happening because our state has a new unified vision, strategy, and commitment to simply building a better Louisiana for all Louisianians. Louisiana LED's newly released strategic plan is laser focused on building a future-ready economy, one that creates high-wage jobs, fosters innovation, and lifts every region of our state. Woodside's investment directly aligns with this plan, and it proves that the world sees the excellence and opportunity that Louisiana offers. As the governor mentioned just yesterday, Reuters had this to say about Louisiana in comparison to our high-profile neighbor to the west. It said, the Bayou State is staging a revival that will see it emerge as the more dynamic and influential Gulf Coast hub over the coming decades. And I cannot fail to mention that this victory is another whole of government victory. That is how we are making this happen. The importance of our local government partners in this project cannot be overstated. From infrastructure, permitting, education, workforce, every state and local government entity once again came together to deliver the results at the speed of doing business. Because as Daniel reminded you all, capital flows where it's treated the best. Our partnership-driven approach is not just winning headlines, it's changing the trajectory of our state. And make no mistake, we're just getting started. As we work together across government, across industry, and across communities, we are positioning Louisiana to win today, tomorrow, and as importantly, for generations to come. Thank you, Woodside, sincerely for your commitment to Louisiana. We are so excited for a prosperous partnership for many, many years to come.
Thank you, everyone. I am Dane Boland, the Calcasieu Parish Administrator. I'm also known today as the only person without a hat today. So I'll have to go get a hat after this. But on behalf of the Calcasieu Parish Police Jury, I would like to express my gratitude for everyone for letting us be a part of this great day, a great announcement. You know, this project it really doesn't just benefit Calcasieu Parish. Look at this. There you go. I do have a big head, so I'm going to have to adjust it in a minute. Just not Southwest Louisiana, but really not even the state of Louisiana. This is a global impact by an already established global player in the energy sector. We have gotten to know Woodside Energy from day one since they acquired this project. And one thing we have come to see is they deliver quality every time in an extremely efficient manner. They have made it a point, again, since day one, to engage the local community and stakeholders, demonstrating a commitment to not only their investment, but the community that they're investing in. And that means so much to Southwest Louisiana. So thank you for that. They're going to create opportunities for high quality, good paying jobs during construction and well beyond that. And we appreciate that. Again, I want to thank those who helped put this together, and certainly want to thank Woodside, our neighbors, and their partners for choosing Calcasieu Parish. Thank you, Governor. It's a great place to do business, and thanks again for the major investment, and welcome to your new Louisiana home.
All right, again, I think everyone should recognize, again, what an exciting day it is today. And I didn't know we got to 60 billion. That's unbelievable. And I think that that's a message that we can continue to tell our friends and our neighbors. And certainly it's a message that should continue to echo through the Capitol as our legislators understand the number of lives that they are impacting, the ability for us to stop the consistent drip of people leaving the state and starting to bring people into the state. And I thank Woodside for being a part of bringing great people to Louisiana. And so with that, we will take any questions. Then you want to come up, and we'll give the press an opportunity to ask any questions they may have about this particular project. And then we'll go and enjoy ourselves for the rest of the day while we go back to work and try to find us another big project.
I think what we see the impact of these projects is whilst we have a workforce that is permanently on site, it actually trickles into the community around it. So when we're talking thousands, we're talking the 3,000 to 4,000 that is bigger than just what happens on our plant. It's all the businesses that get involved and the fact that we spread the economic benefit into the community and into greater Louisiana. During the construction phase, we expect that we will be up around 8,000 or more jobs. Once we get into operations, there'll be a blend of construction and operations that could be in the order of 500 to 1,000, depending on the phasing.
Yes, sir.
Work out there. Just kind of how far along are things?
Yeah, so thanks for that. If you were to go on site today, you would find around 500 people on site working already, and it's going to ramp up to that number I mentioned before of about 7,500. One of the advantages of this project is that a lot of early work had been done. So if you were to go to site, you would see that there has already been piles put into the ground, concrete has been poured, a lot of earth is being moved. It is perfectly poised to take off now with this final investment decision. So it's been good progress, but it's just ramping up.
Just to add to that question, I think it's important for everyone to recognize what a commitment and how appreciative we should be for Woodside, because this is a project that had started, but was really derailed by the Biden administration and the pauses that they created and uncertainty that they created inside of the LNG world. And so it is a lot. It means a lot that Woodside was able to take a look at this project and find a way to make it happen. I thank Dane and I thank Susan to working with them to ensuring that we didn't have any more empty lots. Projects that had started, had been promised to Louisiana and never delivered. So Woodside really, we owe you a debt of gratitude for ensuring that we didn't have that. And this is one of those promises that we made to the people of this state, and you've been able to deliver on. So thank you.
Yes, for Governor Jeff Landry. I don't know if you were briefed on the arrest of someone related to ISIS in relation to the terror attack in New Orleans, and what are your thoughts about it?
Yes, I got a briefing earlier this morning. And what I would do is I would direct those questions directly to the FBI office in New Orleans. Again, I think two things I would say. Number one, we should always continue to keep the families who lost loved ones in our prayers and our thoughts. And there are also victims who are still recovering from that tragic day. The thing that I would say, though, is that this goes to show you the resiliency of this state and the commitment that our law enforcement partners, whether it be at the federal, state, or local level, have in making sure that we're safe in Louisiana. And I think it also shines a great light on why we're doing what we're doing today. Woodside's decision to come to Louisiana is made because they believe that Louisiana is headed in the right direction and rather than the wrong direction. So thank you for your question. Denied.
Denied assistance. They were denied assistance with FEMA after the floods. Are you worried that this could possibly happen to Louisiana in the future?
No, I don't. Look, I don't know the particulars of what went on in the Arkansas request. I will tell you that President Trump is very committed to making sure that the citizens of this country as a whole are treated fairly after natural disasters. I feel that we've got a great relationship with Secretary Kristi Noem. I believe we just put a gentleman from Louisiana on the FEMA Advisory Council, or I don't remember the exact title of the commission. Mark Cooper, who served under two governors, is on there. And I'm not concerned at all. I think that when we have natural disasters here, that we're going to get the proper federal response from the White House that we've always got. In fact, I think it may be better.
Governor, another one about jobs. Maybe Secretary Bourgeois can speak to this one. Can you talk about the workforce development that's going to take place for this facility? That's
a great question.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for that. Secretary Showen is not here with us today, but as I spoke to our whole of government approach, none of these projects move forward through the LED team and our team that's working on it that aren't also touching other cabinet members along the way. So Secretary Showen is already well aware of and plugged into this, as is our LCTCS system. At the end of the day, I get the privilege in this job to announce these projects, and our other partners in this workforce space are the ones who rally, and they deliver curriculums and they deliver trainings, and we deliver the workforce. They are on this project as much as we are. And I think at the end of the day, and to our legislative partners here, it's important for all of us to hear both the opportunity and the responsibility we now have to continue to make sure we have a workforce in Louisiana ready to go to work on day one for these folks. And that's all part of what we're working on now. Yeah, I think the very nature of the job is the intention is that locals would be hired for permanent jobs. And look, as the governor said, Louisiana, unfortunately, for many years has seen outmigration. We've seen a decreasing population until, last year. I call it, we stopped the bleeding last year. Last year was our first year of population growth in the prior 5. So the trend is changing. And I think opportunities like this are how we're going to bring our people back home.
I'll just close by just adding to that we are restructuring the way that we prepare our workforce, whether it be through the higher education systems from Regents on down, through our community colleges as well. I know we've got one of our great board members of the community college system here as well, or even into dealing with our high schools. I know that Susie works very closely in tying all of those things together. I will say this. As we wrap this up, I want to thank Woodside again and LED for hosting this great event today. And I know that many times we carry our champions out on our shoulders when they deliver great wins for us. I don't think I'm going to put Daniel on my shoulders, but he certainly would deserve a standing ovation, in Woodside as well, for investing $17 billion in the state of Louisiana. Thank you. God bless you.